Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, it's Canada Day. Yeah, the best day in the world. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? It's Tuesday. It's summer. It's not stupidly hot, so that's good. We got that going for us, which is nice. Proud to report, the Prusa Core 1s have no issue in the heat. For those that remember last summer, we had the XL out here. We had the Prusa XL, and it kept overheating. It kept overheating in the garage. It heat sinks. It doesn't have fans for a controller, so it just heat sinks everything to the frame, and it was overheating. The Core 1s, they did not complain at all. They did not complain at all. The past week, printing all weekend, printing ABS and PETG enclosed with like chamber temperatures hitting 60, because it was like 30 something in the garage, and yeah, they just kept on chooching. So that's good. Although I think we might have to rebuild the Mark IV. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. The Mark IV is, I gotta figure out what's going on with the Mark IV. It wasn't too happy. I had to run it with the top off because the buddy board kept overheating. So it's funny, I think the electronics are the same on both, but this one had overheating issues and those two did not, which is a bit surprising. Do I get time and a half from YouTube working on a stat holiday? I wish, believe me, I wish. YouTube has not been doing good the last little bit, let's just be honest. So I wish I was getting time and a half right now. I would take it. The finest story we just talked about bidding on Jason's printer kit and showing out with no money and no space. Well, you get the printer, then you put the printer in more printers. Yeah, the YouTube mistress has not been kind lately. Let's see here, and mod my electronics on that. To highlight, yeah, you could put a fan. You can easily put a fan on the XL. I did that with mine, and it worked just fine. It's just when you're operating in a high temperature environment, it gets a little funky. The Core 1s are fine though. I had no issues with the Core 1s, and I've been doing a crazy amount of printing over the past day or two. Happy Canada Day. Yeah, happy Canada Day. And like the smash button, ring the bell, do the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do. Bought a MakerBot cupcake. What year is it? We talking about me winning the Nomad giveaway of Core 1s? He is good. Yeah, you won the Core 1. That's great. Winning is always good. Winning is always good. Winners are winners because they win. And you won a Core 1, which is really nice. So let's do some housekeeping and then we'll get to working on the big guy. So it's Monday. Tuesday, isn't it? It's Tuesday, and yeah, we're gonna be doing a stream. We're gonna build the printer today. First thing you're gonna do though is you are going to enter to win some Polymaker filament. Every stream, we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, ring the bell if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, gifting memberships to others if you're really cool, or just go shopping, buy something in the affiliate links below. Don't cost you anything extra. A lot of them, like the Gloop one, the Vision Miner, and Gamer Subs, use code Canuck and save some money. So do that. Andrew Rogers, $10 for the Canada Day fund. Cheers. So we got that out of the way. What is coming up this week? Special stream on the Twitch. Where is my Twitch channel? Where is my Twitch channel? We're gonna be doing, I'm going to start using the Twitch stream for some other stuff. I know we use it for gaming occasionally. I'm gonna link it here. Because last week we built this guy. Wow, you don't need a memory card. I don't want movie. Why are you in movie playback mode? Nope, X. What are you doing? What are you doing, camera? Why are you in movie playback mode? You shouldn't be in movie playback mode. Come on. There we go. I know there's no memory card. There shouldn't be a memory card. Okay, anyways. Now it's working. Why invert it? Because it is. Because the camera's upside down. So yeah, go subscribe to the Twitch channel. Follow me there. Because last week we built this guy on the members stream. And we're building another one this week, but I'm going to do it on Twitch. So it'll be public for everyone. So join the Twitch stream. We're going to be building another Gundam. Either tomorrow or Thursday. It depends on how quickly we get our Costco run done tomorrow. If not, we'll do it on Thursday. If not, tomorrow. So join the Twitch stream, subscribe or follow whatever it is on Twitch. Do that for notification. Also, it is now summer. So heads up, it is summertime. That means the stream times are going to be shifted. Okay. Normally we do 11 to 2 or 2 to 5 for the Tuesday and the Friday stream. Because it's summer, those are going to be shorter. So the 11 to 2 stream is going to be like 11 to 1-ish. And the 2 to 5 is going to be like 2:30 to 5. Just because the little guy is home from school. And so he's not in school. So that means I got to be a babysitter. So the streams are going to be a little bit shorter. And to make it up to you, who wants to tease about the next big project we're doing on the channel? Because I'm going to be changing some stuff up. We're going to have a little heart-to-heart here quickly. The current content is not doing good. YouTube is going to shit, and the kind of us just chilling building 3D printers, it don't hit like it used to. You could probably tell by the viewer count. So we're going to be doing some change-ups in terms of content on the channel. We're still going to be doing 3D printer stuff, but we're going to move away from the building printers because, newsflash, nobody builds printers anymore. Everyone just buys bamboos and prints frickin' Flexi Dragons all day. So that kind of content that I love doing doesn't do good. So we're still going to do that for streams, but for videos, I'm going to move away from instructionals, or I don't know. I don't even know. It's hard. YouTube's a crapshoot right now. So say hello to a 1/110 scale Gundam arm. This is what we're currently working on the channel. Because who doesn't love a fully posable 1/110 scale Gundam? So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on right now. So that's the current project. Yeah. So if you wonder what I was up to all weekend, printing this. Well, this and the other arm. I got both arms at this scale. Although I'm out of filament. I am out of filament, so I'm waiting on a supply to come in so I can actually print the armor that goes over this, because this is just the skeleton of it. So yeah, that's the current ongoing project on the channel, is using all the printers I have to actually make stuff with the printers. So you can live over there, Gundam. Close to firmware. We might be getting to firmware soon. Had a rant about PewDiePie I haven't watched. Honestly, like, PewDiePie is doing really good. I like what he's doing. Dude's chill, and he's doing all kinds of computer stuff. Was it a good rant about PewDiePie? Because Louis Rossman's one of those guys that when he's on point, he's on point. But every now and then it's like, dude, you're what? Like, I don't know. The internet's weird. Durdackle gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated, eh? Said about a cupcake a few minutes ago. I could go for a cupcake. I've been trying to avoid sweets. I could go for a cupcake. Okay, let's pull up the manual and get to building. Let's pull up the manual and get to building. Where were we at? Where were we at? So first things first, I actually got to swap out a part. I got to swap out a part. So let's see, where were we at? So we built all that. So we got the tool head installed. And now I got to fix these. That's what I got to fix. I got to fix the X, I believe, because the cable chain mount that they gave me, the original one here, no worky. Let me get logged into the laptop so I can actually see you guys. Nope, I know unlocking failed. Dismiss, new stream, not now. I want to see chat. I need to see chat. I miss you guys. There's chat. Okay. So we have to replace some stuff and see how long before I stab myself. And by stab myself, I mean place my back on the back of this. Do I have Allen keys for this? No. Yeah, so last week we got the tool head installed. I'm still missing a fan because I forgot to buy one. So I'll do that this week because the 3007 fan that they sent with the kit is kind of poopy. So I got to buy a new one. That sucks. But they also included this guy, which is the wrong one. So I got to swap that out. Who's the sponsor for the filament? Prusa. It's being all printed in Prusament. And the reason it's being printed in Prusament is everything for the build is actually being printed on Prusas. Because, again, I got to do sponsored stuff going forward. There we go. So you're going to go there. You're going to go there. That's much better. Much better. And now this can mount. It is funny how the temperature difference in this garage, like it's actually not that bad on the other side, but on this side, it is an oven. There we go, much better. Much better. This is gonna be a massive printer. Okay. When we doing the Prusa, when I get to it, okay. So now we'll do all the way forward because we gotta adjust these because these chains are too long. And you go all the way to this side. Oop. This is freaking massive. There we go. Like, actually, I'm gonna move these in a little. There we go. Right about there. This thing is massive. I don't like this. It's catching. You can feel it. It's like, I'm not a fan of that. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so let's take off a couple of these because these are way too long. So let's take off a couple and we'll mount it down and call it a day. Da-da-da-da. Considering getting another 5 tool, is there a sale going on with free shipping? With the Prusa? Maybe? If you are interested in buying a Prusa, make sure you use the affiliate link in the video description. Help out the channel. Don't cost you anything extra. But I don't know if they're doing a free shipping thing. I know DHL is being a bit of a butt in Canada right now because of there's a strike ongoing or something. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I need M3 T-nuts. M3 T-nuts. Finally, a printer that makes the stealth printer seem less massive. Funny joke. And then also we need, what are these guys? Are they in here? Are these them? No. I remember seeing these guys earlier. They're like little flat pieces. And I remember seeing them earlier, but I don't know where they went. They're like little flat pieces that go along the back here, and they just kind of keep it organized. I remember seeing them earlier. Don't know where they went. I mean, they're not super critical. Nice to have them though. I don't know where they went. They'll show up. Oh, there they are. Found them. Yeah, they're just little key tag thingies. Okay. Just keep it from falling off, I guess. When you start a T250, what is a T250? Is that like some sort of Terminator? Do I need to warn Sarah Connor? What is a T250? I need your boots, your shoes, and your keys. Okay, you go there. And then this comes all the way over here to this side. Okay, and now we have these guys. So these are like little hooks that just kind of sit in here, and they will keep this from falling apart. But before I put that in, we need to run the drag or the chain, I think. We got to run the actual cable through this because it'll be easier to do it now than it will be later. So let's find the big cable that I need. Where is the big cable? Is this it? No. Is this it? No. Are you it? No. Maybe it's on the other side. Where is my cable? I think this is it. Yep, this is it. So this is our cable. This is the tool head cable. I believe we only need the one cable, although we actually do need two cables because there is another one for I think it's this one. No? There's one for the light, and I don't know how that goes. Because this goes to, okay, what is, what is this guy? What is that board? I don't know what that is. Nope, I got this guy. It's, I don't know what this is. Where does this go? This is this. So this got to go all the way to the bottom because this is long enough to go all the way to the bottom. Okay, so that's that. And then we have this little guy. Now this little guy, what does it do? I'm assuming oh, how much you want to bet this is for the LED? So this needs a printed box that this goes in. It's this guy. Trying to figure this out. That goes like that. Then this goes like that. And then that attaches with M310 flathead cap screws. M310 flathead cap screws. Factorio shirt. Never played Factorio. It's one of those games I avoid because I have an extremely addictive personality when it comes to games like that. And the last thing I need is to get sucked into a game like that and then you don't see me for like a month. There's a reason I don't play MMOs anymore, is specifically that reason. I get sucked into a game like that and that's like it for me. It's like, okay, I'll see you in a couple months. Same with like RimWorld and whatnot. I'm gonna play Elden Ring. I played Elden Ring when it came out. I haven't played the expansion or anything like Shadow of the Erdtree or Night Rain, but I did play and beat the original. These don't want to. Okay, where is? Oh, of course, the little guy. I forgot my little guy stole my screwdriver. 1 second. Literally, the little guy came into the garage the other day and stole my screwdriver, and it's in the house somewhere. I don't know where it went. There we go. Okay, so this goes on the chain like this, it looks like. And okay, so that makes sense. So this plugs in here, I'm assuming. No, this plugs in here. So this will go, okay, this makes sense now. So there's an LED bar underneath the X-axis on this, and this will allow us to run wires through it. So I got to take off more of these because this mounts here. This will go through here and plug into this. And then this is our little wire that is totally not long enough. This is not long enough because this plugs in here. And it's not long enough. The wire that they gave us to extend this isn't long enough. So how do I fix that? They gave us too short of a wire. Soldering time. So what I will do is I will install this guy in here. And then I will, on my own time, just extend it. Okay. So I will just like crimp and strip the wires and put that there. Okay. We're in the right camera? Okay. So first things first, take this back off because we got to make some room. So you go all the way to the end. You can just kind of go there. And this guy mounts M3/8. Also, good news. The stream that I was part of on Saturday, if you're wondering why there wasn't a stream on Saturday, I took part in a charity stream organized by Nomad, guy behind the positron. And there was a charity stream that took place where we raised money for the Trevor Project. And so I did that on Saturday instead of my regular stream. So if you're wondering why there wasn't a stream on Saturday, I was raising money for a good cause. So that's why. Okay, so you go in here. Actually, I want to flip that screw around. Flip the T-nut. No, no. Flip the T-nut. Flip the T-nut. Come on. There we go. There we go. So that's that. So I'm going to have to extend. Yeah, I definitely got to extend those. No biggie. And then this needs to go through this. So let's figure out how much I got to shorten it by. Just one. Just one. Oh, am I on the wrong camera? Shoot. Dang it. I'm on the wrong camera. You guys, I'm talking to myself. You don't even know what I'm doing. You gotta yell louder when I'm on the wrong camera. You gotta make sure you yell so I can hear you. If you don't yell, I can't hear you. I will say, Fysetc gave really good, the drag chains on these are actually really nice. They don't feel cheap. By the way, can you hear what I can hear? Can you hear the birds? I don't know if you guys can hear the birds. Because they are being annoying right now. Okay. You cannot hear the birds, you're lucky then. I just hear chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirpy, chirp, chirp birds. Grab the cables. Okay. So you can come undone. As you plug in to here. And then so that, now I gotta open all these up. I need a little flathead for this. Ah. What's the best way to open these? How do these open? How do these open? This way? This way. Okay. The fact that I can spin this is so nice for the camera. The fact that I can easily spin this now. Yeah, no joke, these are actually legit drag chains. Check on chat. How's the weather? Yeah, warm. You know how people say there's only two types of jobs? Jobs that you shower before work and jobs that you shower after work. When I worked in the insurance, that was a job you showered before work. When I worked in the tool and mold trade, that was a job you shower after work. Now, normally, YouTubing is a shower before work job, right? Today, it's a shower after work job. Put it that way. Ow. Dude, I almost sliced my hand open yesterday getting support off of something. Like, I was cutting towards me because it works better. Don't do it. And it slipped, and luckily it went like whoop, and I was like, ooh, that would have been bad. I've got this like stubby spatula that came with one of the resin printers that I use for getting supports off, but it's really stiff and it's sharp, and it works really good for like getting between the bottom layer of support and the part and just like shaving it off. So I've been using that, and it works really good, but it's just a little bit on the sketchy side, put it that way. Just a little on the sketchy side. Okay, so now we take this guy, and this plugs in back here. You plug in here. Okay. You come like this. And hopefully this is long enough. Go. You go in here. I'm really hoping this is long enough. I don't think this is long enough, I'll be honest. I got a feeling this isn't long enough. Whoever gifted the membership, thank you. Cheers! Remember, best way to support the channel is gift memberships to others. That way, when we do members only stuff, like the members only streams and early videos, people get to enjoy those as well. I'm a little worried because the LED wire here is silicone, so I'm just a little concerned, but I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. Hopefully there's jumpers here, and I hope they don't matter. Okay. Center. Bring this over here. And technically we don't need to be using the drag chains. I mean, okay, actually we kind of do because of this thing. But even if we didn't need to use drag chains, I would be using drag chains anyways on this build. I personally like the look of drag chains. There, I said it. I prefer the look of drag chains on a VORON. I think VORONs look better with drag chains, not umbilicals. And if you disagree with me, that's fair. The joys of an open source machine that you build yourself, you can build it however you want. Drag chains and all. That goes there. Make sure this clears all the way to the end. There we go. And then this plugs into there. Is that plugged in all the way? Yep. Okay. So that's that. And now we got to put these little clippies on. Did I lose them? I got one here. Did I leave the other on the other side? Greetings from California. Hello there, Apulo. Okay, yeah, we got a bunch of these clips. Yeah, so these little clips are pretty cool. They clip onto the drag chain, like there, and then they mount to the extrusion. So I don't know how well you can see it. Unfortunately, I can't really like move this up and down because this thing is flipping massive and there's so much gearing. But the basic idea is you move this all the way to that side. Okay, and you find where the drag chain stops moving, and this just kind of clips it and holds it down. So we'll put two of these on here, I guess, and this will keep it on the extrusion, so it'll keep it from doing this, but also it just stabilizes it. Yep, 1. Chat on a tablet is a nightmare. It is. I tried doing that on a stream. I was just like, oh hey, I'll just load chat on a tablet during one of these streams so I can easily see. And like every time the tablet like timed out or turned the screen off, it just kind of died. I'm like, well, this is annoying. Okay, so this goes. I need to put a zip tie on this. I need some zip ties. So grab a bunch of the zip ties. Imagine the number of tools if you use index. A lot. An Orange Storm Giga could do like almost 30, I believe. So this is easily like 20. The thing is, I'll be honest, I personally don't think this would be a good idea to do an index on. I know, shocker. I think something like this would be better suited for just a single fat high flow nozzle. Like index would be cool on a system like this, but I don't do enough multicolor printing, especially at this size, where it makes sense to do that, I think. It's just one of those things that like, it sounds really good on paper, but not that practical in real life, I think. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, you think about it for a second and you go, you know what? That actually doesn't seem like a good idea. Like these stupid wires for the drag chain, I gotta zip tie somewhere. And gotta zip tie these down. Is there a zip tie mount for this? Oh. Zip tying wires, make it look good. Because remember, it's not how well the printer actually prints, it's how good it looks printing that matters. Thoughts on Trident versus V2 being better for index? Trident, in my opinion, because Trident, you would just need to put a fixed top hat on, whereas I think index, you'd have to do a bit more trying to figure, oh, there it is, okay. I can't see, I need my step stool. I can't move the Z up and down on this, unfortunately, because the gearing is so high. So I literally can't move the Z on this until we power up the printer. Like literally, I can lift the printer up with the Z. Like it skips. So to look down on stuff, I have to like get a step stool. I'm trying to find the there we go. There's that. There we go. Okay, that's that. That's that. That clears. So it does this. I'll just put a drop of glue there or something to keep it from doing that. There we go. Yeah, this part right here where it kind of racks up, it's definitely going to be an issue down the line. Oh well. Hopefully it doesn't need to go that far, but we'll see. Okay. So now we got to run this guy. How long does this need to be? Oh, this can go right to the edge. Perfect. Okay, so this one we don't have to shorten, but I do got to flip it around. So I got to pop out all of these. Let's do that way. Check the chat. Trident would need a top hat. Yeah, Trident would need a top hat. Like, I was talking with LDO about getting a stealth changer kit, and that's going to go on Tallboy. So the plan on Tallboy is we're just going to sacrifice Zed, so I don't have to modify the frame. So for those that don't know, Tallboy is my V2. That is like an oddball size because it was originally a V1 frame that was like 300 by 300 by 400. On a V2, it's like 330 by 330 by like 390 or something like that. So the plan is just wherever I can put the docks high enough up on the frame so that I still have enough room above it for everything to work, that's going to be my new max Zed. So I'm going to try and modify the frame as little as possible because it's already tall enough. So if I only end up with like 300 millimeters of Zed, that's all I get. I'm fine with that. I'll have this printer here if I need to print anything tall. So like I've got tall printers. The VZ Bot is 400 as well. So I don't need another tall printer. So that will be probably this month at some point, waiting on the kit. And then this will I'll probably swap this tool head out to a Jabberwocky, to be honest. This will probably get a Jabberwocky tool head with a big fat high flow hot end. And then we'll put the box turtle on this. So the plan is to get this up and running functionally, stock for a bit, and then we'll go ahead and modify it with the Jabberwocky and other fun stuff like the box turtle. Yeah, that's another thing with like Index with like 20 tool heads on here. Where the hell are you putting all the filament? You would need like almost your own like cabinet for filament. Everything on this takes twice as long. Even just undoing all these little clips to run the wires, it takes forever because there's so many of them. I'm trying not to stab myself while doing this. My version of the fort. Yeah, today's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day, everyone. It's a great day for Canada and therefore the world. It's the day we went to England and we said, you know what, England? Can we be our own country? And England's like, yeah, sure, I guess. And we're like, yay. Didn't have to even blow anything up. When you put in the drag chains upside down. You have a filament room where the filament is mounted on racks, feeds filament through guide tubes in the wall. I mean, that would be kind of cool. It'd be like, remember how like LTT did the whole room water cooling? It'd be kind of cool to do like a whole room filament feeder where like you have a room where it's like just racks of filament. The problem is you would need boosters. You would need boosters because there's so much friction going through that much PTFE tube. But it'd be cool if you just had like a slot on the wall where you had like 30 different PTFE tubes sticking out with different filaments, and you just grab and run it to a printer. That would be pretty cool. Horribly inefficient, but it would be pretty cool. This clears. Yeah, it does. We're good. Zip tie. Go. Oh, shoot. Centralized compressed air for the whole dude. Okay, there are like a couple things that I miss from when I used to work at a tool shop. One of them is a crane. You have no idea how handy it is to have a 100-ton crane just everywhere. You need to pick anything up that's heavy, crane. Like, I moved my toolbox with a crane before because it's like there was a bunch. I came into work on afternoons and somebody had piled up a bunch of stuff around my toolbox just because they weren't paying attention where they were stacking stuff. And next thing you know, I have just like a pile of shit around my toolbox. And it's like, I got to move my toolbox. Normally I didn't move my toolbox, but that day I had to move my toolbox. So instead of like spending an hour moving stuff around so I can get my toolbox out of this corner where I left it parked, I just took like 6-foot straps and wrapped it around my toolbox. It wasn't an approved lift. Don't tell OSHA, but I just strapped my toolbox. I just went underneath it with the straps, and then I just picked it up with the crane and just moved it and put it down. And if you got to move your toolbox, make sure you lock it so the drawers don't all fly open. But yeah, it was great having a crane. But a crane, air compressor. So we had like a giant air compressor in the shop, like one of those ones that is as big as the building, like as tall as the building. So we had unlimited air with hookups everywhere, and access to manual machines. Being able to go into work on like a Sunday when it's like dead and there's like 2 guys in the shop and be like, "Hey, Bob, I just gotta do something on the Bridgeport." And like, okay. Like, that was so handy being able to do that. Run into work, throw something on the Bridgeport or the grinder, do whatever you got to do, and then like, okay, I'm done, head home. Like, I have a dolly, like one of those little like dollies. I have one of those at home because I specifically got one after I left the shop. I was like, holy hell, I need something to help me move stuff. But it's not the same. Not the same. New version of Creality Print. What does that mean? Did they fork a new version of Cura? Okay, and I think I need more of those clips. Some clips. I'm gonna build this bench right here that you can, I don't know if you can see it. This little bench right here is just a temporary bench. I'm gonna eventually have like a proper bench here with the laser on it and a CNC, and then this printer will be down at the end. So the plan is to have like 3 machines against this wall here. It's just, I'm not gonna bother doing that until I get the printer done. So, also, fun fact for scaling. I'm printing that giant Gundam that I showed off at the beginning of the stream. So, this is how big the parts are. This is why square cube law is a bitch. This is the wrist joint, okay? So this is the wrist joint, okay? So, this is the wrist joint for a 110 scale Gundam. It's not gonna show up great on camera because it's white, okay? So that's the wrist joint. This is the exact same one at normal size. This is to scale. This is 1/120, this is 1/10. So this is 200% this, but just shows you square cube law. This is only 200% scale, but look how much bigger it is. And obviously I forgot to scale it. That's why I have an extra one of those. And for those wondering, yes, it can do that. We are mature adults here, very mature adults. How's the tolerances on it? Crap. I learned a trick though. Tape all the joints. Like this works stupidly good, like literally. See how it holds its, well, okay, that one I gotta fix. But see how it holds its position really good? Tape. I gotta redo it because it's sticking out. But just literally wrap the dowel with some masking tape and then press fit it on and then just squeeze it on. It's sticky enough to hold it in position, but if you got it, you know, you can still move it. You can still take it apart. And if you need to update it in the future, you just take it apart and put more tape on in there. What Gundam? RX-78. The OG Gundam. Also, I don't have the files for the shield. I'm gonna have to find files for the shield because this kit that I'm printing, it's only the files for the Gundam itself. It doesn't come with weaponry or anything. This shield at 1/110 scale is like, let's see. Let me measure this. Okay. Oh, wait. Is just under 4 feet. That shield is about that big. It comes up to like here on me. So I'm gonna have to print that on something big. Yeah. It's a big boy. It's a Gundam. Okay, so now slide you all the way to the back. Now we can put these on. Yeah, the RX-78 is like the original Gundam. When somebody says a Gundam, they're probably referring to that one. That's like the original one. And well, there's like hundreds of different Gundams, so. And notice how I'm putting this on the side. You wouldn't be able to do this on a normal VORON, but on this, because it's 40/40, we have an extra gap here. So that's able to handle that just fine. Which means you can actually insulate this a bit more than a normal VORON as well. There we go. Whew, it is warm. Snowbirds just flew by. Like, the snowbirds? Where you at? Ottawa? Okay, so now we gotta run this around here, I believe. And then we gotta run the Z chains. So this goes through here. So the only thing is there's kind of like, there's nothing to really, there's no cover for this. That's kind of annoying. And then I'm assuming we're gonna need, let me go grab the motor wires. Gonna have to print a 110 Saku. You joke, but the guy does have files for a 110 Saku, or a 120 Saku. So I'm not saying I will, but I do have access to the files if I want to get them. I gotta figure out where I'm putting a freaking 6 foot tall Gundam first. Okay? You guys know how much room I have, and now I gotta deal with a 6 foot tall Gundam. So, yeah. Okay, we got that, we got that. Let's see, what else do I need? Oh shoot, I accidentally closed the manual. Okay, so that's that. And now we have this guy here. So this goes up and around and down. So this is gonna be a bit annoying because I don't know how long this has to be because I legit can't see. So I'm just gonna go full length, and whatever we get is what we get. So this goes up and around and down, and we gotta run the AB motors all through that. Okay. John, member for 14 months. Cheers and appreciated. Zaku has to be red. Oh yeah. So I'm printing this whole thing in PETG, which is, you guys know me, I don't do a lot of PETG, but I'm printing this whole thing in PETG. Namely for the fact that I want it to, there's a lot of like dowels in it. And I'm worried if I were to do ABS, I'd have layer adhesion issues, right? So here, let me show you. Just make it easier. So like, where's it here? Yeah, for example, this is 120 scale, or this is like a smaller scale. So see how this broke, this tab broke? This is ABS because I ran out of white PETG, but I wanted to test that's the one part I was missing because I ran out of white. So see these? That's what I'm worried about, is these guys. Printing in ABS, them breaking, because PETG has stronger layer adhesion. So I'm like, I'll print it all in PETG because one, PLA turns to mush, okay? I don't want to print this in PLA and go to bring it somewhere, hopefully East Coast Rep Fest. It'd be really cool to bring this to East Coast Rep Fest, or sorry, 3D Printopia, and have it sit in my car and melt, okay? Also, I'm totally gonna try and put it in the passenger seat. It's 6 foot tall. It would fit in a passenger seat. It's fully articulate. I'm totally gonna drive around with a Gundam in the passenger seat. So why not? So anyways, it's being printed in PETG. I like the shininess of it. And I think that it works better because it's a Gundam, right? I'm gonna try and use the carpool lane. I mean, if I can get away with it. Okay, so what do I need here? What are these cover plates? Okay, so I'm gonna need this guy, I think. Is this it? What is that piece? I don't know. Figure it out when we get over there. I think I gotta put a heat set in here. I gotta put a heat set in here. Heat set. Oop. On. This is gonna fall over. It says. Okay, let it heat up like that. Cop pulls you over. Why are you in the passenger seat? Shouldn't you be riding the Gundam? Piloting the Gundam? There we go. The carpool lane joke. Just a mannequin head for the carpool. Okay, back to the side. So let's see this. Oh, I don't need that part because it mounts right to this. Okay. So this guy is going to mount here. So it's going to have to go down here. You're going to have to go around and go down there. Okay. You are the A motor. So you're going to go here. And you're going to go down here. Look at this tangled mess. Look at this tangled mess. There we go. And then you are this motor. And you're going to have to go here. And then you are going to have to come all the way across this. So I need to get channel fillers for this, which I believe I have some. I believe this kit does come with channel fillers. They do. Huzzah. Right about there. Am I on the right camera, by the way? I am. Good. I'm not a huge fan of this look, but I get it. Look at all these wires. Hopefully everything is labeled. Okay. Try not to get this all tangled up. There we go. Okay. So much fun. Are you having fun, kids? Put a 1 in chat if you're having fun. I want to see chat filled with 1s. Also, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. You're subscribed, right? I believe in you. I believe in you. I know you're subscribed. Look at all those 1s in chat. And then don't forget, we are doing the giveaway at the end of stream today. So enter to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. Do this now. Because when stream ends. And it'll probably be ending around 1. We'll do the draw at 1 today. It's summer, and that means we're on the shorter schedule, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It do be how it do, Scooby-Doo. Okay, now I gotta open all these up. Where'd I put that flathead at? So we're good. I'm gonna do it over on this side. It's cooler on this side. There we go. I went to Costco to go buy an AC unit. They didn't have any. They're out. So you fire off the fireworks today. There is a place very like within walking distance of my house that does a fireworks thing on Canada Day. So I'll be going to that. Oh my God, this is so much nicer when you actually can push down on something instead of pushing against your hand. But yeah, we're going to taking the little guy to go to some fireworks tonight. But people were doing them all weekend. I had to order her AC unit close to my place, and I drove into Montreal for her. Nobody likes, that's because nobody likes driving in Montreal. It's like, especially as a non-Frenchie. For those that don't know, Canada is officially a bilingual country. So that means everything has to be in English and French for all official documentation. So when you're driving through like the middle of Alberta, which is basically Canada, Texas, okay? You will find road signs that are in English and French. Yep, the moment you step foot in Quebec, fuck you, French only. And Montreal is an island, and it's always under construction, and it's old, so the roads are there's all one-way roads, and you accidentally take an off-ramp because construction put the highway down to 1 lane instead of 6, and you accidentally got stuck in a lane, and then it forced you off the highway, and then you gotta try and get back on it, going through rural roads, and everything's in French, and it's all one-way streets, and your GPS is freaking out. Yeah, screw driving in Montreal. Screw driving in Montreal. Pay like the $6 is to take the turnpike and go around it. Still trying to get independence? No, that died off. That died off. It makes no sense. It's like there's currently like a grassroots, you know, trying to get Alberta to go independent. And it's the stupidest thing ever because it can't survive on its own. It's like, oh, we want to be an independent country, but we want to keep the dollar, keep the pension plan, keep the healthcare, basically keep everything because we can't survive as a landlocked country with one resource that matters. So. Like Toronto has a bigger GDP than all of Alberta, last I checked. Toronto, the city. Okay, so this is gonna be annoying. On the right camera, I am. Try not to pinch any wires doing this. Go. Like Brexit. Oh yeah, Brexit was a horrible thing. Let's cut ourselves off from one of the biggest economies and trading partners. It's all Russian, by the way. For those that don't know, pretty much all those kind of movements are sponsored by Russia to basically sow discourse. That's the whole point of it all. All these independent movements and all that stuff it's all basically funded by Russia as soft power warfare to basically cause chaos and discourse and make everything shitty so that, you know, while they're fighting, they can't focus on me. That's the whole point. Okay, this goes here. Here, here, and here. There we go. I don't know, I'm gonna need to go get a longer one. Go to the other side here. I need an M5. How do you rate Molson's versus other beer? Like a Molson Canadian? I don't drink it. It's owned by Coors. Why would I drink American piss water beer? Yeah, Molson's owned by Coors. It's not Canadian anymore. Sam fives. Where's all? Oh, here they are. Yeah, Molson's also not great, yeah. Like, I'll be honest, I don't really drink a lot of beer anymore. Buy local brews. I don't really drink a lot of beer. Like, I'll buy whiskey every now and then. Which, Hiram Walker's is literally in town. If I go into town, I drive by the, like, Yeah, like Hiram Walker's is in town, which they make Wisers. What else do they do? They do Wisers, absolutely. Yeah, all this is made in town, or at least this is. JP Weiser is the big one. It's part of that family. But yeah, Hiram Walker's is in town. And I drive by the warehouses where they age it all every day. Well, not every day, but if I go into town, I drive by it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I don't know which screw it is that does this, but one of them will. Okay, that's too big. So it's this guy. Is that too long? That is too long. Okay, that's too long too. Okay, I need a shorter screw. I need a shorter screw. 1 second. Okay, M516 is too long. Probably M510 then. Yeah. How is American beer the same as having sex in a canoe? Effing close to water. There we go. That'll do. That's that. Now we have this guy, which apparently goes through here, and it keeps it stable. So what holds this guy on? M3/8 and M. Okay, so just M3/8 and M3 T-nuts. Go to the fireworks. Yeah, fireworks! Explosion! Big bada boom. Big bada boom, big bada boom. Okay, this is gonna be annoying because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. So that right about there looks straight, I guess. You know the printer is big when you got to crawl into the printer to do stuff. It's like just crawl into the printer. Also the fact that the stupid stupid T-nut rotated. You can't move the Z on this under its own power. You gotta power move it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Woo! That is the Z. Look at all these wires. It's from the bed. This is the Z. And then this is the AB and gantry. Okay, what's next? Beer time. Delicious gamer subs time with the somewhat not safe for work waifu. Use code Canuck, get some gamer subs, save some money. You know you can get free samples, by the way. If you haven't gotten them yet, with the gamer subs link in the video description, you can get free samples, like free. Okay, so we're not putting the feet on because I've modified it. I'm sitting it on this wooden stand that I built. And then, so I mounted the feet to the wooden stand. So I'm gonna have to put these English. I'm gonna have to put these brackets on at some point, but not today. So what is this all underneath? Connect the floor, neutral. Okay, so this is bed stuff. So it looks like the bed stuff goes in the side there. So what's the red and the green mean? Connect the 4 neutral wires from the bed heater and inserts in that. These blue wires go. The hotbed power wire and motor wire pass through the hole in the red frame. The gray display cable passes through the green frame. There's a display cable? And then this goes underneath. So the hole closest to the back is all the bed stuff and motor wire. That doesn't make sense. Oh, wait. I think they all go through this, but then they come out here because for those that, you can tell there's a bit of an angle, the garage. Oh no, I scuffed the frame, guys. This is the electronics right here. So this electronics box, I believe, mounts here. And then you got 2 cutouts here that line up with these 2 cutouts. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to run all this under here, and then it's gonna come out one of these 2 and then go into the box, and then this box mounts here. And the cool thing is they have most of it already wired up for you. So that's nice. So this got to go. So let's see here. Let's see here. So this runs underneath. And that's for the screen. The screen mounts on front. What time are we at? 12:30. Yeah, so that mounts there. So here's the thing. Do I want to try and flip it? And mount all this now? You know what? What I will do is next stream we'll do wiring and I'll flip it face down for that, or flip it on its side or something. But I'm gonna need help to do that. So I'm not gonna be able to flip it on this stream. So what I will do is for the next stream, since we're doing nothing but wiring, I will get it flipped into a position before the stream so that we can, because I got to run wires underneath it, it looks like. Yeah. Like, it's not too bad, but I'm gonna need help for that. So I'll have to I might do that off stream where I just run the wires underneath off stream, and I'll just take some pictures of it or something to show you guys what I did. So I'll get the wifey to help me flip the printer down. I'll run all the wires and then I'll flip it back up. And then that way we can just continue on. I think that probably makes the most sense, I think. Does that make the most sense? Am I making sense here? Does that make sense? Nothing about this printer makes... Well, I know that. I know that. I mean, does it somewhat make sense? I just love the fact that they gave me all these nozzles that don't even work in the hot end that come with the printer. The printer is like... It uses like a M5 nozzle or something. So like they give you nozzles that don't even fit. Can we put together that one thing though? Let me see here. I haven't even looked at the screen. Let's take a look at the screen. Yeah, that has all the drivers installed, it looks like. Where's the screen? Let's take a look at the screen. Let's see what the screen even comes with. I haven't even looked at the screen yet. Same size as the Phoenix? Print volume, yes. Frame, no. The Phoenix is wider on the X-axis because it's IDEX. So on a Phoenix, it's wider on the X, but it's the same on the Y. So it's about as deep as a Phoenix, about as tall as a Phoenix, but the Phoenix is a little bit wider on the frame because the Phoenix is IDEX, so it needs clearance on both sides for the extra tool head room. So this is as big as a V24, roughly. So the VORON before the Phoenix, it's about that big. Okay, let's see what's in the screen here. Yeah, this is 20. Yeah, this is a 600 millimeter print volume, which is about 24 inches. Huge. So this is the screen you get. I'm just trying to figure out why it has a controller in it. One Solid Cube gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. I'm just trying to figure out why the screen has... Where's all my LEDs? Oh, it does fit? Oh. I mean, they are high flow nozzles. I thought the controller has a pie on it. Oh, that's the whole thing comes off. Okay. What my oh. Just want to see what we actually are looking. Oop. Okay, that's the Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's Wi-Fi. So it does have. That protects those. I don't know what all these can. I'm assuming it does have a Raspberry Pi in here, or Raspberry Pi equivalent. Yeah, it's got the Raspberry Pi equivalent under here, but I don't think it's a Raspberry Pi. Power on, reset, recovery, search, SD card. I mean, it's got Wi-Fi, so it's obviously got a controller. We got whatever this is, Ethernet, 2 USB. Okay. Then... Ooh, shiny. Look, class, you can see yourself. Everyone say hi. Say hi. Say hi, everyone. Yeah, so I think this is the controller. That would explain why it has a whatchamacallit in it. So I'll grab the controller box and see what the actual controller comes with after. Oop. I know. I broke it already. I broke it already. There we go. Hey, Jose. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like it's a pretty nifty design. And so you do have USB ports on the side. So that's a screen. So that's pretty cool. And then over on the other side, the screen just mounts to the front. So I'm probably gonna have to flip it and still jack it up a little bit so there's clearance. And then let's go take a look at the actual controller box. Because I think we can prep the controller box at least. Yeah, because there's some stuff you gotta do to the controller box. Yeah, you gotta, yeah. A little prep work on the controller box. Oh, there's little nuts on the inside. That's why. And they put the hinges on backwards. They actually put the hinges on backwards. I don't know why, but they did. Does it matter? Anyone play with recurve bows? No? I'm gonna peel the paper. I figure because I don't want to be flipping the printer over right now by myself. So I'm gonna do that off stream with some help. We'll do some prep work. Get that done out of the way now, so we don't have to worry about it later. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Clear, it's tinted too. It's smoked acrylic. Oh, oh. Ooh, tiny. This is metal, by the way. Like this is metal. Like these corner parts are printed, but this, I don't think it's steel. Yeah, it's not steel, but it's aluminum. It's metal. So here's a controller. It's got an STM32. It's a Spider Pro. There's our SSR. That is, what is this guy? What is this guy? That's an SSR. I don't know what this is. 500 volt, 253 amp. What is this? I have no idea what this is. Because it's going into the, it's like a regulator or something. Because we've got the two power supplies, got the controller, the screen and the Raspberry Pi are together. I don't know what this is. Also, what is the voltage on these? That's gonna be annoying. I can't see what the voltages are on these. I can't see what the voltages are on these power supplies. That's a contractor. Check the wires on it. Mine, yours are loose. Mine seem tight. But yeah, I can't see the voltage on these. I can't see if these are set for 110 or 240. I could just plug it in and see what happens. I could just plug it in and see what happens, but we're not going to do that. We're better than that. I got to switch these plugs around. Where'd I put the screwdriver? Oh, sorry. YOLO it. Yo-ho, lo-ho. It's just weird that it's plugged in the SSR. Like, I don't know. I know. Pieces are mounted by screws, so you can. Oh, I know. That's why I flipped it over to check how they were mounted. Just doing one thing at a time right now. We're swapping around. We're fixing the putting the panels on. We're just, since I won't be able to actually wire it up today, because I'm gonna need help to flip the printer over to do it properly, so I don't hurt myself. They're Meanwell power supplies. So in the meantime, since I'm waiting on that, I'm just getting everything prepped here. Oh, how much you want to bet those won't fit now? Yep, I can't flip it around. They don't fit. That's why they have them flipped around, because the stock way of doing it doesn't fit the hinges. That's why they have these flipped. That makes sense. And that's why you check one after doing it instead of doing them all and then checking. That way you don't have to undo everything that you just did. They weren't crazy. I thought they did them the other way just to protect it because of the paper or something. Like I thought it was like a shipping thing. Like, oh, we'll install them this way so that way they don't get, you know, scratched up during shipping or something. Like it was, I thought it was a thing like that, but nope. It turns out the hinge, the way that it's designed, it needs clearance that way. There we go. There's one. This is such a big build. Like we're on part 10. Normally by now we're done the build. Part 10 is usually like we're done. Now, granted, two things. I have been doing full streams for this build because of the heat. So the time for this build has been a little bit, it's probably been about average compared to other builds. And two, because this printer is huge, everything takes longer. Stuff that doesn't take as long on a smaller build takes longer on here. Because it's just, everything's twice as big. That makes sense. Nope. Magnetic screws. Nope, come on. Ah! Blah. Stuff like this is super awkward to do when you're by yourself. Like, no. There we go. Nope. Get in your hole. Come on. Nope. Piece of sh. Come on. I am scratching the heck out of this. I am scratching the heck out of this. Okay, let's try something different. Let's try something different. The door cracks easily. Yeah, I believe it. There we go. Haha, gotcha. Ah. Ah. Okay, we got 8 minutes until we do the giveaway. So enter for your chance to win. Link in the video description below. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, how are you going to know when we do all the fun stuff? What's the logo on the sleeve? I think it's the open source logo. Like a gear. Yeah, it's like the open source hardware logo, I believe. There we go, okay. There we go. Okay. That's that. And then there's also a hinge on the side. Where I gotta find the printed parts for that. Are there printed parts for that? Them? Nope. Are these them? Nope. 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 I don't know where those hinges are at. I'll have to look for them. Yeah, it seems that it mounts pretty simply. It just screws through a few spots onto the frame. Remove the screws on the corner bracket. And that's where the beds mount. And that wires it all up, and that's that. Like, to be fair, we're getting very close to the end. This is for the panels. That's the camera mount. Yeah, like, this is getting surprisingly close to the end. And as per normal, what we usually do is I'll probably put this one panel on right now, so I don't have to take it off later to put the box on. But normally what I do is I'll build the printer without the enclosure, run it for a bit without an enclosure, and then I'll enclose it up. Because that way you can make sure everything works. Oh, that is cool. Look at the on-off switch. It's got a rubber grommet. Listen to that. Oh, that is a meaty switch. Also, there's Ethernet on this too. I thought this had a controller in it. I guess it doesn't. Oh. That is a... Well, yeah, and it uses the bigger power plug. It uses the 20 amp power plug. Beefcake. Beefcake. Okay. Who's ready for a giveaway? We got 3 minutes until the giveaway, so enter for your chance to win. Link in the video description below. Enter, win stuff, free stuff, win stuff. Also, I love this. So Prusa has been trying to figure out VFA issues on the Core 1s. Disclosure, both my Core 1s that I have were given to me by Prusa, and I don't have VFA issues. I don't know about you. That looks pretty good. Like, that's the infill pattern you're seeing through because it's only one wall. But like, I don't know about you, that looks pretty good. But anyways, people have been like complaining about VFA issues. So Prusa built a printer that auto-tunes the belts so that they can check the belt frequencies like automatically. So it They hooked it up to a test rig that automatically adjusts belt tension to test stuff to try and figure out what's causing the issue. That's pretty cool. And it's one of those things. It's like YouTube comments, right? I put out a video, I get 10 comments. Of those 10 comments, 2 of them are just complaining, okay? Does that mean 20% of my audience thinks my video is shit? No, because the average person, if they don't have anything to say, they don't say anything. Very few people, if they have nothing to say, like if they don't have anything to complain about, they don't say anything. Like that's just the way it works on the internet. So when people complain on the internet, it is disproportionately overviewed. So when you see people bitching on the internet, they are a smaller segment of the audience. They just are louder. Because most people, who if they don't have a problem, they don't say anything. You don't see people posting pictures going, look at my print, I don't have any issues. So, you know, you have 100 people that watch the video, 2 people may complain about it, 5 people may leave a positive comment, the other 93 people didn't do anything. They just watched the video and move on. So because you had 2 positive comments and 4 positive and 2 negative, does that mean half the people hate your video? No. So it's you know, it's the what is it? World War II bomber hit rate thing. What is it? The thingy. Go away. This thingy. Survivorship bias. Hey, all our bombers are coming back from bombing the people that are very astute about grammar in Germany. And when the bombers come back, this is where they're shot up. Where should we armor our bombers? On first look, you go, oh, well, you put more armor in the places that are hit on the bombers that come back. And the answer is no. And you're like, wait, why? That's where they're getting hit. Yes, that's where they're getting hit and they're making it back. So see these areas where there's no hits? This is where you want the armor, because if they're getting hit there, they're not making it back. Survivorship bias. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like the reverse of that when it comes to negativity on the internet and like a lot of comments and whatnot, where you are disproportionately going to see negative comments. Negative comments are a disproportionate size of comments because people, if they don't have anything to complain about, don't say anything most of the time. So when you see things like, oh, all the Prusos have VFA issues, it's like, I don't have any issues on mine. I know a bunch of people that don't have any issues. Now, granted, I know one person, oops, hit the wrong button. What was that? Anyways, I know one person that does have VFA issues, but that's like one person out of my sample size of like 20 Prusos. But it's a big issue for them because those that do have the issues are very vocal about it. And don't get me wrong, they deserve to have it taken care of. I just think it's one of those, it's not as big of a deal as some people think. It's just that those that aren't having the issues aren't saying anything about it because they're not having the issue. So. Because if it was such a big issue, it would have shown up in testing. It would have shown up, you know, I don't have any issues. I have one machine that's a kit, and I have one machine that I built myself, and neither of them have VFA issues. Like, most of this was printed on these 2 Core 1s, except for a couple parts. The hand and a couple other stuff was printed on the XL. But I have 2 of these arms. Look how big these arms are. Like, just to put in perspective. It's as big as my arm. It's actually bigger, I think, than my arm. If it's like straight with the fingers out. Yeah. This thing is huge. I am all out of filament that I need for that. To be fair, you build printers for a living, so you know, this is true. However, to be fair, the Core 1 that I took out of the box, I took it out of the box. That's it. The Core 1 that I built it to the instructions and then I just started printing on it. I didn't do any tuning on it. I haven't even done the belt tensions thing. Like, you're supposed to tune the belts to a certain frequency. I haven't done that at all. I just kind of went, yeah, that feels right. A 1-to-1 scale Gundam. So here's the thing, a 1-to-1 scale Gundam is 18 meters tall. This is 1/10 scale. Okay? So you take 10 of these and stack them on top of each other, and that's 1 scale. Preset a sponsor build. Yeah, they're providing filament. See if they'll do a bit more, but we'll see. We'll see. Reaching out to some other companies and whatnot. I need to do more sponsored stuff. The YouTube is a changing. The YouTube is a changing. I'm not the only content creator that it's affecting in our little 3D print sphere. Okay, let's do the giveaway. Like, put it this way, 2 years ago, I was like perfectly fine running the channel without doing any sponsorship. Between channel memberships, ad revenue, and like the affiliate links was more than enough to cover everything. And now it's like half. YouTube has really, the algorithm has, like, about midway through last year, and I'm not the only 3D printing content creator that this has happened to, about midway through last year, everything took a nosedive in this kind of, this corner of content creation, the 3D printer maker type area, within the past year has gone to shite. Has taken a pretty big nosedive. It's just the way the algorithm is now. Okay, 211, random, lots, 211. Play. Has a rant today on his second channel. I believe it. Is it just taste change? Nobody's building printers anymore. There's still people building printers, and I'm not going to bitch at Bamboo because it's not there. It's not because of them, but it's because of them. Nobody builds printers anymore. Everyone just buys a printer, and I don't do printer reviews because they're boring and they suck. I hate doing them. I build printers, but the thing is, nobody's building printers anymore. Nobody's tuning Clipper anymore. It's just that aspect of the market has kind of shrunk. It's still there. It's still there. It's just that being as large of a segment has gone away. It just has. You got to change your content. It is what it is. It's like being a World of Warcraft streamer when World of Warcraft sucks. It is what it is. So, got to change it up. How this works, if you win, you get a free spool of filament from Polymaker, but if I pick your ball, this one right here, G Habush, if you win, you get a free hat from the merch store. Yeah, the plan is to try and do more projects with the printers instead of just focusing on the printers themselves, and also do more like hangout and print streams instead of build streams, because there's less kits on the market that I'm interested in building as well. So, belt tension 2i on a printer sure helps with input chain, but artifacts, yep. People over tighten their belts. Chris Riley left. He's still around, but he just doesn't focus on the videos as much. Superior Jacob is in the lead. Remember, ! Zoom Zoom makes your ball go faster, and if you like the smash button, ring the bell, and are subscribed to the channel, it actually greases your ball up. It makes it go faster. And ! Gullible makes everyone else go slower. Honestly, you know whose fault it is? It's Mr. Beast. It's all because of Mr. Beast. It's all because of Jimmy. I blame Mr. Beast for the downfall of YouTube. Markiplier was right. Or, sorry, Jacksepticeye was right. Oh, it's going to be tight. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Oh, and it moves. And it moves. Oh. Superior Jacob, it's yours to lose. It's yours to lose. Oh, Superior Jacob won. Superior Jacob won. Congratulations, Superior Jacob. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. Superior Jacob. There we go. Woo. There we go. Okay, so that's about it for the build today. I got about like 5 minutes before I actually gotta call it though, when the wife heads to work. Eating shipping on fully assembled printer. Yeah, I'm not going to ship printers that I build. I don't build printers to sell them. And also I don't want to be stuck with the liability issues or being support for somebody that I built a kit for that they reach out a year later like, oh, I'm having issues. Why isn't it working? I blame you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not dealing with that. Also, I don't build enough printers to be worth selling them for like profit. Like, you know, if I win the lottery tomorrow and I buy a 2,000 square foot warehouse, okay, maybe I'll do boutique V0 builds or something, but like that ain't happening. But it is what it is. Ride the YouTube train as long as we can. Again, for those who don't know, I didn't become a YouTuber on purpose. It just kind of happened and it worked, and it's keep going until we can keep going. Although what really sucks is the backup plan is screwed. I've seen 0 Mr. Beast videos. Dude, I used to watch them when it was just a couple people dicking around having fun, but like ever since it went modern Mr. Beast, I can't watch it. It's the videos suck. They're not fun to watch. They're algorithmically like distilled. There's no heart in them. Like you can tell content creators that put out a video just to hit algorithm buttons, and those videos suck. They're not fun to watch. They're slop. They're slop. Continuing the venture on Friday or Saturday, most likely. I'm gonna have to get the wife help me to flip it over and run the wires underneath it and then flip it back up. So the plan is I'm gonna flip it down either tomorrow or Thursday, get the wife to help. I'll run the videos underneath it. And then I'll take some pictures, and then when we come back to the next part, I'll be able to wire up the electronics box and everything, and I'll show you pictures of what the wiring looks underneath. I only saw that Jeff. Yeah, it's funny. I've watched Jeff Geerling helped out Mr. Beast on a video. William Osmond. Every time I see a collab video where somebody's helping Mr. Beast, it's a freaking gong show. Anyone notice that? Every time there's a video of somebody helping Mr. Beast, it's just a complete disaster. It's just a complete disaster. Watch the behind the scenes of the Mr. Beast Amazon show, and you just see all the Amazon producers just mouth agape through the whole thing going like, what the hell are these guys doing here? Because it's like, they don't know what they're doing with large productions. They are literally flying by the seat of their pants, and it's like, they happen to know the algorithm formula, but it's like the games suck. The Amazon Mr. Beast games, half the games are go home or somebody will go home is like half the games. So also, you can't comment teeth on his videos. Fun fact, you can't go on Mr. Beast videos and comment teeth. He has teeth blacklisted on the thing. You can't comment teeth because he got his teeth fixed and he's like super he doesn't want people knowing that or whatever, so you can't comment teeth on his videos. It gets shadow banned. Okay. So I think that's about it. It's getting warm up here. The wife's got to go to work, which means I got to go watch the little guy, and it's Canada Day. So I'm going to call it there. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed or followed the Twitch chat, let me find it here. Follow me on Twitch, because I'm going to try doing more stuff on Twitch that isn't normal channel content. Building Gundams, doing games, working on projects, just kind of working on stuff I'm going to try doing on Twitch more. So follow the Twitch channel. I linked it in chat. Give it a follow. Subscribe if you're cool. You can, here, fun fact, If you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch account and you get a free Twitch Prime every month. So a free Twitch sub every month. So if you subscribe to the channel with your Twitch Prime, you get all the benefits of being a channel member as well. And it's free technically. So go do that. So yeah, so we're gonna call it there. Either tomorrow or Thursday. Tomorrow, it depends if I get my Costco run done early enough or not. If not, Thursday. We are going to build a Gundam on Twitch. So yeah. And also, again, big Gundam building on this channel. So we're gonna call it there. We will continue with the big build next stream, hopefully. Again, shout out to Fysetc for sending over the kit for that build series. Link for it in the video description. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we give away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Other links like the Vision Miner link, the Gamer Subs link, and the Gloop. Use code Canuck, save some money. And then for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create. Without your continued support, you make it all possible. I'm Jalen the Canuck Creator. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Happy Canada Day. And I'll see you in the future. Good night.